What's up guys, Crazy here, back into Anthem with a brand new update for the Season of the Skulls. The week 2 part of this event is going to begin today, later today actually, October 22nd, and alongside with these it seems that we have a number of changes over here, including some brand new encounters and more chances to actually finish the challenge track for some of the brand new cosmetics that have been added in this newest update, including of course some of the brand new armor sets for each javelin. So some really exciting stuff. I'm going to go over everything you need to know, and of course in the meantime there's also this giveaway that I'm running in partnership with Instant Gaming. If you didn't know about this, go ahead and check out the links down below, and you can go ahead and pretty much take a chance at winning literally any game you want to. It can be a new release, an old release, even a pre-order if you want to, and in about a little bit over a week at this point the winner is going to be contacted by email with the game that they have chosen. But yeah, in the meantime let's get started with the actual announcement. And this new update is going to go into effect later today, and here are the times expected for this to deliver. For the European players, it's going to be around 1 PM to 4 PM British summer time. But if you hadn't had the chance to finish some of the events, maybe this is the time to do it, because there are some of them that can be missed if you don't do them on a weekly basis. So starting later today, we are going to get a brand new boss event called Fury the Undying, and you actually get to access this by unlocking the weekly anomaly. To unlock the weekly anomaly, you have to do 3 new events that have been added in the free play. These are of course the Arcanist Research Mission, the Freelancer Pilgrimage, and finally the Sentinel Bonfire. These can be completed by anybody inside the lobby. In the previous week, if you did this, you would get access to something called Up, Up and Away, and this would put you on a brand new map with some brand new challenges, brand new encounters, and finally an Iskari Elder to take upon at the end of these challenges. I'm going to go over a slight little guide later on in this video, but if you did this, you probably already got a part of the achievement called the Night Hunter. This is actually a part of the Endurance Challenge, and you actually do need this if you want to complete the Indomitable achievement over here that rewards you these new armor sets. But of course, to do this, you have to access the weekly anomaly. The first week anomaly was the Iskari Elder, and it seems that the second week is going to be followed by the Dominion Fury, and from this point on I believe that the rest are going to be associated with the following week. So most probably week 3, 4 and 5 are going to be marked with some brand new Titan, Swarm Tyrant and a Bristleback enemy, and this is why I wanted to say that you should probably pay close attention to this event over here and this achievement in itself, because these, yeah, we are not really sure if they are only on a weekly basis or if they are going to be recurring. But these are not the only ones coming with the week 2 event. We have a bunch of them in there as well. Echoes of Reality Arenas are going to get an update as well, and these are going to include the Crucible of Astrid as well in the upcoming week, which is going to be on the top right corner of the map, on the right side of Vera's room. We also have some new inversions. Close encounters, shotguns and SMGs get increased damage, and Lightning Rod close range kills cause chain lightning to nearby enemies. As far as the challenges go, we have a brand new set of dailies, including Halloween Apparition, and what this is most probably tied in with the brand new Fury the Undying enemy, because the one from the previous week was tied to that Iskari Elder, so that is what I'm expecting as well. And on top of these, we also have some dailies associated to playing events in the Cataclysm map with each of the 4 javelins, so that's why we have Uncanny Storm, Dark Ranger, Monstrous Colossus and Unsettling Interceptor. Moving on to the story fresh, there's a bunch of changes in here as well, and from just a quick glance over here, it seems that we will have a brand new animation called Kung Fu Bring It. It seems that this one isn't in this week's event. Also, the graphic Night Lattice is the one that is missing, so I'm expecting this to be added as well, and everything else is pretty much the same. As far as the feature store goes, it seems that we are going to have another rotation similar to how it was in the previous week. For the previous week, we had a bunch of armor sets in here, including the Stampede armor pack for the Colossus and the Skittering armor pack for the Interceptor, and a bunch of rare and epic graphics in here as well, and a bunch of materials. For the first part of the next week, from Tuesday to Thursday, there's going to be a couple of reps, including the Verdant Vertebrae and Emperor's Touch, Layered Carbon Fiber, Graphic Skull Shriek, and Decal Banner of Bones. Meanwhile, for the second half, from Friday to Monday, we are going to get the Skyborn Armor Pack and the Howling Armor Pack. These are most probably for the Storm and for the Ranger, which is something that we didn't have up until now. Now, with the update out of the way, let's go over some of these events, because I'm seeing a lot of players actually having a few problems with these. The Sentinel Bonfire is pretty straightforward, and all you need to do here is to light up the fire and keep enemies out of the circle. That is pretty much it. If you let enemies get too close, they will extinguish the fire, and this will cause your event to fail, and you will need to start a different one. And at various times through the event, there's going to be some legendary enemies that spawn, and you will need to take them down and take their fuel sources to light up the fire so that you can keep it going for much longer. But that only happens like a couple of times, and after that you can finish the event pretty easily. Now, as far as the Arcanist Research event goes, this is also pretty straightforward, but it can become annoying to do, especially if you're doing solo, because it's a multi-part challenge. So you have to silence a relic over here using the echoes. You also have to keep enemies at bay, you have to keep them away from the relic, and at certain times during this event you're going to have some pressure plates activate when the relic itself supercharges. So what you need to do is to actually pay close attention to what this relic indicates, because those are the actual signs from the pressure plates that you need to match. There's only 2 of them that you need to match, so it's actually pretty easy. But once you do solve the puzzles, which is really easy, the relic is going to malfunction again, which is going to require you to get even more echoes, and this is a process that you will repeat a couple of times, each time with even more echoes needed to silence the relic. But yeah, it's not going to take more than 10 minutes to complete this on your own on Grandmaster 3, or at the very least that was my case. As far as the Freelancer Pilgrimage goes, I believe that this only spawns on one side of the map, though I'm not really sure, but out of all of the new events, this one I found to be the most unique, also the most fun, because you kind of have to go inside this very creepy cave. It's all surrounded in darkness and some really dark fog, and all you have is a torch to light up your path. If you don't have that torch, if you don't stay inside the effects of the fire, eventually the darkness will consume you and you will die and fail this event. So what you need to do here is to take the torch, navigate through the labyrinth, and also put it inside the shrines on every occasion you have, because its strength is going to go down exponentially, and eventually you will run out of fire, and yes, you will be consumed by darkness, but eventually you will come across even bigger shrines, take out even more enemies, and at the very end you're going to get a very awesome encounter with a very scary enemy. I really like this one, even though I got a chance to kill it really fast, but once you do that and the last enemy spawns, you're going to be able to take it down, finish the event, and also get the rewards. And this will pretty much finish up all the 3 events on the Cataclysm map, and you can move on to the actual weekly anomaly itself. Now, the weekly anomaly is a beast on its own. In the previous week we had Up and Away, and I actually really enjoyed this one because it brought us on a very new part of the map that we didn't have before. So it seems that the Scars have built something like a floating set of islands where you kind of need to take on some challenges. In the first event you need a bunch of fuel tanks to charge up a number of power cells. The problem here is that you have a limited number of fuel tanks that can spawn on the map, about 10 of them, and also the charging cells can decay over time. Normally they decay at a very slow rate, but if there's any enemies that get close in the circle, it's going to decay even faster. So the best course of action over here is to have 3 of your party mates take as many of the cells as possible, while the remaining party mate should take care of the enemies and not let them inside the circle under any circumstance. But once you do that, you don't even need all of the fuel tanks to power this up, and once you do that, you're going to unlock the event and you have pretty much finished the first part of this map. The second event is pretty much a jumping puzzle, and you need to destabilize a conjunction at the top of this map. The catch over here is that you need to grab one of these things from the bottom levels, and since these don't let you fly, you will need to go through a series of jumps and puzzles in order to reach the upper levels, but that shouldn't take you too long. All you need to do here is to simply follow the cables, pay close attention to not fall into the gaps, and once you reach the top you can just put it in and this should reward you the second chest, and yes, there are chances here to also get legendaries. But once you complete these, you also unlock the third event, which is the boss event itself. In the previous week, as I was saying, it was the Iskari Elder, and what this did is it spawned this enemy right here, and it's actually really easy to take him on. Just blast him with the ultimate, and this should be faster than both of the previous events. And once you do that, congratulations, not only did you complete the arena itself, you also completed part of the event, the Night Hunter challenge, which is going to have a different enemy each week. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up on it would be super appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe and activate that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.